Okay guys, today we're going to have a look at quadrilaterals, recognizing different ones and working out the interior angle sum of quadrilaterals. It'll be really similar to what we've done so far with triangles, just with a different kind of shape. Now, a quadrilateral sounds like a big fancy name. It's not really. A quadrilateral is just any closed, so the shape has to be closed, there can't be any gaps, two-dimensional shape with four straight sides. So if I asked you what's a quadrilateral now, I'm sure you'd probably be able to come up with heaps of different examples. What you will need to do, however, in the long run, is to be able to work out the interior sum of the angles of different types of quadrilaterals. What you'll need to know in order to do this is properties of different quadrilaterals. That's what we're going to first look at today, and then I'm just going to really briefly talk to you about how to work out the angle sum of them. So it'd probably be a good idea, guys, just to jot down a few of these notes. So first two different quadrilaterals we've got here. We've got this guy here, a rectangle. This guy here, we can tell by looking at it, it's a square. Now, what do we know about these two shapes? Assume we know nothing. Assume we have not a clue about any of it. What do we know about these two figures based on the annotations we've got here? Well, we can tell that this side here and this side here are equal. We can also tell that this side here and this side here are equal. How do we know that? We know that based on the annotations. We also know that this side here, we also know that this side here and that side there aren't equal. How do we know that? Because our annotations are different. What can we tell from the square? We can tell from the square that all the different sides are equal. So all sides equal. Okay. And this has opposite sides equal. Pretty straightforward. Opposite sides equal, all sides equal. What do we know about the interior angle sum though? We've got this little right angle sign here on the bottom left hand corner. Now, instead of wasting our time and writing them on all of them like this, we know and we recognize if it's drawn once in a square or a rectangle, all angles, all interior angles are equal to 90 degrees. All of them. All interior angles are equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so this one, opposite sides are equal. So there and there, there and there, the square, all angles are equal. We know that based on the annotations. Okay, two different quadrilaterals that you may not recognize. This one up the top, this guy is called a parallelogram. Okay, Mr. Corsi isn't a very good speller. And this one down the bottom is a rhombus. This guy here. Okay, so what do we know about them? What do we know about these things? And what can we tell straight off without knowing who they are or what they're called or anything about them? What can we tell from these drawings? Well, with our parallelogram, the first thing we can tell is that this side here and this side here are equal, and this side here and this side here are equal in length. So opposite sides equal. Okay, what can we tell about this guy? This one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here are all equal. So all angles. All sides, sorry, guys. All sides are equal. Okay, a little bit of a fun fact. If you actually look at them, there's actually a relationship, guys, between their sides. Between the actual sides of a of a rhombus and of a parallelogram. So in both of them, the opposite angles are actually equal in size. So this angle here and that angle there are equal sides, and that angle there and that angle there are equal in sides. So we have angles, we have angles that are actually equal in size. And that's the same for both of them. So for both of these two here, opposite angles are equal. Always, and that is always the case with these two. So with a parallelogram and with a rhombus, sorry my writing's so messy, opposite angles are equal in size. I just haven't annotated that there, and you might not always find that annotated. Last two quadrilaterals are the kite and the trapezium. This guy here's the kite, this guy here's the trapezium. Now with the trapezium, there's just one pair of parallel sides. So one pair of parallel sides. How do we know that? This new little annotation here. When we have something that goes like that and something above it that goes like that, that means that both sides are parallel. So with the trapezium, we just have one pair of parallel sides. That's all we know about the trapezium. As for the kite, we have two pairs of adjacent sides. Okay, so two pairs of adjacent sides. This guy these guys, okay? Two pairs of adjacent sides that are equal in length. So that's equal, and that's equal in length. We can tell that based on the annotations. We didn't even need to know that, but we can tell if there's 2 lines on this one and 2 lines on this one, they're adjacent and they're equal in length. They're adjacent and they're equal in length, okay? The angles between the unequal sides, so the angles between the unequal sides, so let's rub off these annotations, okay? We've got this one here, which is not equal to this one here. The angle in between that, the angle in between those, they are equal, okay? Angle between unequal sides are equal. So these angles here, those two there, that's represented by those black dots. Pretty straightforward, guys. And the trapezium, we only have one property of it, which is that there's 2 sides, 1 pair of parallel sides. All you need to understand with quadrilaterals is the interior sum of an angle, no matter if it's a trapezium, a kite, a rhombus, a parallelogram, a square, a rectangle, the interior sum of their angles is equal to 360 degrees. Let me say it again. The interior sum of an angle of a quadrilateral, no matter what it is 360 degrees. That is all you will need to understand, guys. Use some of the skills I showed you in terms of forming a pronumeral when you're trying to work out interior sum. So if you get given maybe a rhombus and it says x plus this, use those equation skills in order to work it out. You'll be fine. Use the same problem solving skills you used in triangles and you'll be able to work out any interior angle sum of a quadrilateral. When you are looking at it though, please pay attention to the annotations and please have a look at some of them and see what they represent. So if you know there's one line there, get used to recognizing, okay, those 2 sides are equal. Okay, those 2 angles are equal. Okay, give it your best shot, guys. Let me know if you need a hand.